1:26 remaining in the second quarter, and the Browns leading the Oilers by the score of 14-10. Lynn James, Joe Morris awaiting the kickoff from Al Del Greco. And it's handled by Morris. Oh, he is shoved down as he reached out to the 20-yard line. Eugene Seal, an excellent special teams player, made the stop. Coming up at halftime, the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime edition. Bob Costas, Will McDonough, O.J. Simpson. And they'll take a close-up look at the Miami Dolphins turnaround, along with all the scores and highlights. Bob will run down the playoff implications.
We didn't get our Domino's Pizza this week.
Speak for yourself, Ted.
Okay.
It is a first down at the 20-yard line. And Kevin Mack picks up a couple, but a flag has been thrown. Lamar Lathan on the stop. A reminder, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll be presenting the Avis We Try Harder Award, which will be given to the game's MVP.
Full start, number 69, offense, prior to the snap, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's the right tackle, Dan Fike, in his 7th season, out of Florida.
Top of your screen, or to the left, you see Fike move, and as soon as he moves, William Fuller takes off too, so...
Fike and Jones at the tackles, King and Rienstra at the guards. The center is bad, and the Browns with a 1st and 15 back at the 15. We approach 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Mack accelerates, and the crowd reacts to the play call.
Let's see, if I were Houston, I want to get the ball back. I'd take a timeout here because you still have the 2 minute and they have 3 timeouts. Make them run another play.
And now 2 minutes to go. In the first half, the Browns 14 and the Oilers 10.
Please call your ball.
Belichick, he told us yesterday he was not happy about last week's practice sessions. Didn't feel good going into the Denver game, although we've certainly seen teams that have had a full week of practice and then go out and play well, but Belichick said he had a feeling, a bad one, about last week. Here's Hoard on the swing, breaking tackle. Oh, he is so tough to bring down. He's just short of a first down. Robertson and Orlando finally able to knock him down.
You got somebody hurt on the outside, and I can't get the number. He's just getting up. He's a man that missed the tackle that Hoard ran through, and that's Lamar Lathan. And we're talking about the poor tackling of the secondary. Now you're talking about a linebacker, and Leroy Hoard runs right through Lamar Lathan. Kosar wants to get the ball to the outside. Now watch this. Here's 57 Lathan coming out. Bang. He just runs right through him, and when he fell, I think he hurt his arm. That's one of those things where you can hyper-extend your elbow just to miss the tackle. Did you hear that? Did you hear that announcement we had in the house here?
Public address system running down various requests. And, yeah, you enjoyed that last one.
Yeah,
huh?
Mr. Chasey, would you please call your mother-in-law? What do you think the chances of that are?
All right, looks like Lathan is all right. The Browns in a 3rd down and 1. Kosar 13 for 16. And Hoard is stopped. He lost yardage. Sean Jones with the tackle of Leroy Hoard.
And Houston, they're going to take a timeout here, and they should. They have 3 of them. They took the timeout.
Minute 21 to go in this first half. We'll be back in a moment. Timeout. As the Browns get set to punt, Brian Hansen is back at his 15. Minute 21 remaining in this first half. And now the Browns make a shift. Confusion by the Oilers as they look to react to it. Browns giving the idea they might go for it. I don't know. 4th down and 1 back at their 29. All kinds of confusion. Looks like the entire Houston squad is on the field.
Houston's trying to call a timeout, but the one thing you cannot do is call 2 consecutive timeouts.
And it was Brian Brennan, the quarterback, on the play, handing to Lee Roussan. And let's see where they spot it.
You got, Houston only had about 26 guys on the field. They had too many. They had a whole bunch of people.
Well, that was the idea as the flags were thrown.
Substitution foul. 12 men on the field for the defense.
12.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, it certainly worked as Brian Brennan took over the quarterbacking duties and handed to Lee Roussan.
Well, you got to penalize them, too, on top of it, but there were more than 12 guys on the field. I mean, I was trying to call. Well, let's see. There's a lot more than 12 on the field. There's more like 14 because they also had 2 guys deep.
Bill Belichick attempting to create confusion, and that was a terrific move by the Browns. And they pick up the first down at the 34. Minute 18 remaining in this first half, so the Browns, instead of giving the ball up, able to maintain possession.
And they still have 3 timeouts.
Kosar swings it out to Hoard. Run out by Darrell Lewis, so that stops the clock.
Jim Eddy said something that was very interesting about Leroy Hoard yesterday, the defensive coordinator for Houston. He said, now, here's a guy, when he catches the ball, he's dangerous. He said he is not a great receiver. And Kosar said, we like to get him in that gray area, get him outside, and let him start to run. We saw what happened on Lathan. He ran through him and almost picked up the first down moments ago. And this is what Kosar likes to do, is get him the ball one-on-one downfield. Now he's going deep.
As firing deep down the sideline, poke it up. Oh, what a play by Chris Dishman to get a piece of that pass intended for Webster Slaughter.
And he knocked it in the hands of Bo Orlando, who intercepted the ball. It was beautiful. Dishman knocks the ball back. Bo Orlando is running. Watch this. Here's the hit back into Bo Orlando's hands. Does he have control before he goes out of bounds? 1 step, 2 steps. He has control. It is an interception. What a great play. Look at Dishman. Dishman just plays it perfectly and bats the ball back into the playing field, right into Bo Orlando's hands. They'll review it, maybe, but it won't make any difference.
Orlando with his 4th interception of the season, but it was Dishman with the terrific coverage, getting a piece of it, keeping it away from Webster Slaughter, who had the step. And Houston takes over at its 12-yard line with 1:06 remaining in this first half. And then able to complete to Pinkett, who runs it out of bounds. That, incidentally, the first turnover of the day for either club.
And Alan Pinkett that time just coming out of the backfield. Remember now, the Houston Oilers still have 2 timeouts. After all that junk that went on a little while ago, they still have 2 timeouts. They still have 59 seconds. And with this offense, they can get in field goal range.
Browns with a 14-10 lead. Kosar to Leroy Hoard. 8-yard touchdown pass. Moon tied it, connecting with Ernest Gibbons on a 7-yard pass play. Kosar again, 8 yards to Brian Brennan. A 27-yard field goal by Del Greco. And Moon able to get it to Pinkett, but he fell down in making the catch. He fell down at the 26-yard line. Houston taking a timeout. Clock is stopped with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. So when we resume, it'll be a 2nd down and 7. A look at the Dr. Pepper 10-minute ticker. Still 7-5. Philadelphia with the lead. Atlanta now 12-0 at halftime. Green Bay by 3 over Detroit in the second quarter.
Out in the elements.
Yes, they're outdoors. Right. New England. Good. And the Jets tied at 3 at the half. Minnesota 10-0 on the Rams. And Pittsburgh 10-7 in the second, leading Cincinnati. It's the Browns 14 and the Oilers 10. getting a little bit more nippy here in Cleveland. Game time temperature at 29 degrees. We did see some snow earlier. Looks like that has stopped. And the wind has not been a factor to this point.
No, and the wind is actually very little. I think it's less than the 16 miles an hour that we had at the beginning of the game. What's happening here with the Browns with 6 defensive backs? They are just laying deep. Actually, they are playing with 7 defensive backs. And 1 linebacker, 3 down linemen.
Warren Moon is 10 for 16, 115 yards, has a 2nd and 7, and has the first down with Pinkett out of the 35-yard line.
The problem is, with this, the way the Browns have their defense with 7 defensive backs and 1 linebacker, that gives you 8 people in coverage, 3 rushing, is that the shortstop is open. That's fine, but you're not going to get yourself in field goal range. Get out of bounds.
Yes, Moon able to complete, but he could not get out of bounds. Drew Hill making his 4th catch of the day, stopped by Alfred Jackson. And the last timeout has been taken by Houston, so the clock is stopped with 13 seconds remaining in the half. It'll be a first down at the 47 in Houston territory.
All right, trivia question. What yardage marker did Drew Hill just go over?
What yardage marker?
Yeah. Total yards.
Oh, I see.
How many?
Try to explain yourself.
I'm trying to get it out.
Well, you mentioned it in passing earlier. I was listening.
What is it? What is it? What is the answer?
Here it is.
Ooh, I knew I was good.
All right, 4th consecutive season with 1,000+ yards receiving for Drew Hill. And Drew Hill now becomes only the 4th receiver in NFL history to have 4 1,000-yard seasons after turning 30 years of age.
What a great stat that was.
It's a first down at the 47. And Moon able to complete to Pinkett. He tried to get out of bounds. Could not.
They're not going to get a playoff either. That's the half.
So time has run out. And the crowd responds to the home club. The Browns with a 14-10 lead on Houston at halftime in Cleveland. NFL Live will be coming up right after these messages and a word from our local station. All right, here's the kickoff. Pat Coleman on the return. So this 3rd quarter is underway. Kosar able to connect with Brian Brennan for the other touchdown.
Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler bring you this NFL Game of the Month. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered.
Houston starting out from its 30-yard line as this 3rd quarter gets started. Houston Oilers at 10 up and 4 down. They have not won 11 games in a season since back in 1980 when they went 11 and 5. And Moon throwing on first down. He goes incomplete intended for Hayward Jeffries. A look at the Keystone halftime statistics. Both clubs passing on the running game. They have not done much on the ground, and we see even statistics for the most part in this first half.
And a very close game, 14-10. You know, and Houston was down there to go for a touchdown. Had a penalty, set him back, but, you know, this really is an even game. Offensively, again, when you look at the stats, it's, well, the defense is really strong, but there's been some great spurts from the offense, but not continuous.
Lorenzo White now in the backfield, replacing Alan Pinkett. And it's a short pick on Hill. Made the catch. Richard Brown, the middle linebacker, on the stop.
You look down the middle of the field, Marv, it's kind of chewed up in there, and when you see the guys, Lorenzo White that time coming out of the backfield slipped. Hill just caught the ball, tried to turn and slipped. The footing is not great in the middle. I think it's a little bit better on the outside.
It is a 3rd and 5 at the 35.
Dogs are barking.
Some activity in the dog pound. Moon's pass incomplete. Gibbons complaining, though, that he was interfered with. Very unhappy with the coverage by Stephen Braggs and has to be restrained by teammates.
Well, I don't know if he'd have been able to catch that ball anyway. Braggs is on him. Gibbons is going to the outside. He puts a move. There's 36's Braggs. Gibbons is going to the outside. I don't see anything. They got their feet tangled up, but that was incidental contact. Or accidental.
Third punt of the day for Greg Montgomery from his 22.
Oh, he hit this one.
Webster Slaughter has to go back for it. Muffs it and recovers. And the good coverage by the Oilers. Crowd reacts. They feel that could be a hit. Out of bounds penalty on Seal, but nothing is thrown. It's a 51-yard punt by Montgomery. And a look at the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Philadelphia with a 10-5 lead now on Dallas. The winner here can clinch a wild card with a win next week. Atlanta 12-0 in the third. Atlanta can win the division with a win and a Saints loss tomorrow night. Green Bay 10-7 over Detroit. Lion win and they clinch the wild card. New England in front of the Jets now 6-3 in the third. If the Jets win, Cleveland and Seattle would be eliminated. First down at the 15-yard line. Nice hole for Kevin Mack. Lamar Lathan on the tackle. If the Jets lose today to New England and they are trailing, they can be eliminated if Miami wins later today.
All right, let's see Mack, and this is just trap blocking right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Tony Jones is the left tackle that gets a great trap block coming down the line of scrimmage, and it opened the hole. First down.
It is a first down at the 26-yard line. Early moments of the third quarter. Another good hole for Mack. Al Smith on the stop.
Marvin, what they're doing is the Cleveland Browns actually they're just quick opening holes. I mean they're not trying to go wide. They're just coming straight up. Watch this Mack. Babb 61 is the center. They get a double team block. They go right up the middle and picked up almost 8 yards on the play.
It is being called a second down and 3 at the 33 in the earlier game against Houston. Last month, Kevin Mack ran for only 32 yards on 16 carries, so he was held in check. And they go right back to Mack. This time he is hit down by Al Smith.
William Fuller made a great play. He just submarined the block and comes up underneath. Number 95, the bottom of the screen. Watch this. Here comes the trap on the outside. He goes underneath the trap, makes the play, gets help from Al Smith, but a super play by Fuller.
And Smith keeping Mack short of the first down. It is a third down and 1. Now Slaughter splits wide to the right. Mack is the lone defense. 3 minutes into the third quarter. And the Browns with a 14-10 lead on the Oilers. Mack surging for the first down.
It's going to be, if he makes this, it's by the nose of the ball. The question is, do you go for it? The Browns, they've got a 4-point lead right now, but I don't know that he made it. They're going to have to measure this.
It's either going to be 4 or 1.
According to the marker on the other side of the field, yeah, they did make it, but that one doesn't count. That could be anywhere. It's the one on this side where the chain is.
Yes, they did. As you say, by the nose of the ball.
Just a great charge by the defensive line, and Mack goes right up the middle. Look at this. I think he got a bad mark on top of it. I mean, it looked like he had it by at least a yard, but when they marked the ball, they moved it back.
Cleveland first down at their 36. Kosar trying to go to the middle, but Langhorne, who took that shot earlier but has made his return, could not hang on.
That ball looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage by Sean Jones, number 96. He's coming in, and when Kosar throws, there's Jones. No, it wasn't tipped by Jones. Langhorne's the man that tipped the ball, hit it up in the air, but it looked like it was tipped right early before he threw the ball.
It'll be a second down and 10 for Bernie Kosar at the 36. Busy week for Bernie. His wife, Babette, gave birth to their first child, a daughter, Sarah, weighing in at 4 pounds 7 ounces, born 7 weeks premature. Mother and daughter fine. I'm not sure about Bernie.
Bernie missed a lot of the action.
And Kosar hit down. A sack for William Fuller. First sack of the day for Houston, and Fuller with his 13th of the season. He is among the NFL leaders in that department.
Fuller just makes a move to the inside on Dan Fike and gets up and makes a play. It's good hustle. They also, for the first time, we saw Childress in the backfield. And he's been pretty much stopped at the line of scrimmage.
The Fuller Rushman enjoying the best season of his career. Fuller Rushman. That's courtesy of Houston's junior publicity director, Sid Amius. And Kosar taken down again by William Fuller.
Well, that heat was put on that time by Childress. Fuller gets credit for the sack, but the sack is made by his teammate. Now, Fuller's going to come to the inside. Childress, he is triple teamed up in the middle. Watch this. Childress forces Kosar right in to Fuller. That's teamwork. That's team defense.
Now, last week, Houston had 7 sacks against Pittsburgh, the most for the Oilers since an 8-sack affair back in '85. They are second in the AFC, now with 42 sacks for the season. The punt by Hansen, and it hit a Brown.
Yeah, that ball will come all the way back because it did hit one of the Cleveland Browns about the 42 or 43-yard line, and they'll bring the ball back. You can't knock it forward.
It hit Odie Harris, and the ball's being placed at the 44. We'll be back in a moment.
Captain Miller Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. By the new Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right. By Norelco patented lift and cut shavers, we make clothes comfortable. And by Mylanta, the antacids doctors recommend most.
All right, here you see Coleman coming up. He just moves out of the way, and Odie Harris is right there, and the ball hits him right on the shoulder at the 42-yard line. Excellent mark by the official. That's where Cleveland gets the ball. Once it's knocked down the field, once it's touched. Now, see, a Houston guy could go back, pick up the ball, run with it, fumble the ball, but they can never lose possession of it.
5 minutes have gone by in the third. Cleveland 14 and Houston 10. And here's Lorenzo White touching the ball for the first time. And gets inside the 45-yard line. Clay Matthews made the stop. Lorenzo White, a slashing style runner, likes to cut back. Alan Pinkett played the entire first half, not able to get much going. White, more of a pass receiving threat, although Moon did throw to Pinkett in the first half. White ran for 4. It's a second down and 6 at the 46-yard line. 81 Gibbons comes across. Here's White. Clay Matthews right there.
Well, I'd kind of work on my running game if I were ahead, but you don't have to be ahead here. And you still have the same situation on the right-hand side of the offense, left-hand side of the defense, where you have man-to-man coverage with Frank Minifield. And that's where I think I would work. And he is their best defensive back. There's no question about that. But on this kind of a field where the receiver knows where he's going at all times, the defensive man doesn't, I think he has the advantage.
That is the offensive coordinator, Kevin Gilbride, looking at a 3rd down and 4 at the 48. Boom, complete for the 1st down. Looked like Duncan had it and then was pushed back. He was at the marker. Let's see where they spotted Frank Minifield on the coverage.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. See, you look at on the top side of the screen. You see Duncan out there, number 80. Now look where Benefield. Now he comes into the picture. He's the only guy playing man-to-man coverage. Now, the reason that they put the ball up there is because Duncan had the 1st down. You can't drive him back. But you've got to work there. Now, if you get Benefield committing himself coming up on the receiver, then release Duncan and let him go.
2nd catch of the day for Curtis Duncan, and it is a 1st down at the Cleveland 46. Here's White. And once again, the Browns all over him. Michael Dean Perry and Richard Brown on the stop, and an exchange of words between the Oilers and the Browns. Quick swing around the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Philadelphia with a 10-5 lead. Atlanta extends 19-0 over Seattle in the 3rd. New England maintaining a 6-3 lead. Minnesota 10-7 over the Rams. It's a 2nd and 9 at the 45. 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd here in Cleveland. The Browns with a 14-10 lead off the draw. Lorenzo White running for the 1st down. James Jones, the left defensive tackle, with the reps on White.
Now, when you look at this play, this is a true draw play now. Watch Lorenzo White. Moon goes back in like in a pass mode there and then hands the ball to Lorenzo White. He picks up the 1st down on the play. It's a lot easier to run that play than it is to run a direct handoff. Reason? Houston, they do not have a tight end in the game. And in order to run wide, you must have a tight end.
The Oilers do not have a tight end on the roster, as opposed to the Detroit Silver Stretch, their run-and-shoot philosophy. Moon in trouble. And it goes incomplete. The intended receiver was Drew Hill. Rob Burnett putting the pressure, along with James Jones, on Warren Moon.
Watch Moon's face. Now, when he peels out of here and he gets hit by Burnett right here. Watch him stop. Am I going down? Let me see. No, let me get out. Okay, I'm back out. I'm free. Now I can get out and throw the ball. And he gets some help from his offensive lineman to come back to give him enough time to just throw the ball away.
2nd down and 10 at the 36. Warren Moon got off to a slow start, first 2 series, but he's come on. Jeffries, and he's a good distance short of the 1st down. Penalty flag is thrown.
Eric Turner came by and kneed Jeffries in the head. Now, I mean, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. And Jeffries throws the ball that's going to cost Jeffries and the Houston Oilers. That's dumb. Jeffries is on the ground when Turner goes by, but he's the guy that's going to get caught for throwing the ball. All right, at the end of the play, watch 29, Eric Turner. Okay? Jackson puts Jeffries down. Watch this. See that little, just shaves him a little bit, enough to upset him, and then Hayward Jeffries throws the ball at him. Now, what are they talking about? It's got to be against Jeffries because he's the guy that gets caught.
We have an unsportsmanlike conduct foul, throwing the football at an opponent. It's a 15-yard penalty. From the end of the play, it's a continuing action foul. It will be 2nd down again.
Yeah, but see, now did Turner catch it? Because if he catches it, may not be too bad. Here it comes here. Now, see that? He hits him in the head. He knees him in the head. Actually, as he goes by. Now, watch this. See, it might have gotten away with it if Turner could have caught it.
Eric Turner, though, a guy who can agitate opponents. He's been a devastating hitter. He's caused 4 turnovers his last 5 games. The Oilers felt some of that in that meeting back in Houston last month. Eric Turner set back by a stress fracture of the left leg. Finally got into it at midseason. He missed the first part of the year.
Shouldn't this be 3rd down? And I'll get to it in a second.
Well, they have it as a 2nd down and 20, and again Moon in trouble, ad-libbing his way, and flags are thrown as the pass intended for Duncan goes incomplete.
The reason I'm saying that, because the penalty occurred on Hayward Jeffries after the play, and that was 2nd down. So the penalty is after the play. They got a legal man downfield on top of this. This is getting ugly now. But when Jeffries, it was on 2nd down, so they call it a continuous foul, I guess, and that's... But he was already down. That's what I couldn't understand.
Receiver downfield on the forward pass. Number 63, offense. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Mike Monchuk.
It is now a 3rd down and 20 at the 46. 5.5 remaining in the 3rd.
Well, and we're right. It is a continuous action play because, but I thought once the guy was down, Jeffries, that the play was over. They say continuous action. That's okay.
Here's Lorenzo White out of the backfield. He is way short of the 1st down. Stopped by Frank Minifield. So 4th down coming up, and Webster Slaughter will drop back, awaiting the punt from this man, Greg Montgomery. Greg Montgomery in his 4th year out of Michigan State. It's been a busy day for Greg on the run-and-shoot offense. A punter usually not overworked. Last season, punted only 34 times in 16 games.
But he could have won the punting title last year, but didn't punt enough.
Well, short. He averaged 45 yards per punt. Pops one to Slaughter. Lets it go. And it carries in. So they'll bring it out. They'll bring it out to the 20. We'll be right back.
The white zone.
This ball comes back to the 20. Watch 42 Lattenberry. Steve Jackson, he pushes him into the end zone. This is a great play by the defense. Look at this. And Jackson can't get back in to knock the ball in. Berry does a great job. Montgomery thought the ball should have been down about the 1-yard line. Watch this. Nothing.
Instead, they bring it out to the 20. So the Browns 1st down from the 20. And again, the snow flurries have returned. And Kosar cannot find the receiver. Got it away. And Mack is submarine. Kevin Mack get down by the strong safety, Bubba McDowell. We're set for another update. Here's Bob Costas.
All right, Marv, latest developments in Atlanta. Dave Craig in for the injured Kelly Stopper. He's one from out of the end zone, intercepted by Tim McKyer. He spins and laterals it to Deion Sanders. Just after 3 o'clock on the East Coast, but in Atlanta, it's prime time. He brings it back 52 yards for the touchdown, and the Falcons widen their lead over the Seahawks to 19-0.
All right, Bob, on 2nd down, Kevin Mack has a 1st down. Lamar Lathan running him out of bounds.
And that's Childress is down. And Lamar Lathan is down.
Ray Childress having another Pro Bowl season shaken up on the play.
Hello?
And yes, Paul, the snow has returned.
It has a rib.
Yes.
It's in our booth.
Where'd you go to school, Paul?
Citadel.
The Citadel.
The only school in the country starts with a "the." Well, that's nice.
And the penalty flags come flying. It's a 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Browns with 3:41 remaining in the third, and the Browns leading the Oilers by the score 14-10. On that last play, both Lathan and Childress were shaken up. Glenn Montgomery has come on, replacing Ray Childress. There's Montgomery, three-year man from Houston. Now he heads to the sideline.
Jeff Alms comes on.
Replacement foul. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And as you say, Jeff Alm out of Notre Dame has now entered the lineup. It's a first down at the 37 for the Browns. Cleveland Browns still with a slim hope to qualify for a wild card playoff position, but they must win here today and then next week and get a lot of help. Here's Hoard. Oh. Another Brown first down. Smith and Lewis running Hoard out.
You want to know why they want to get him one-on-one? Watch what he does to Darrell Lewis, number 29. Watch Hoard take him on. Right here, bam, and knocks him into Al Smith. Hoard goes out of bounds. He picks up the first down, but he just labeled Lewis.
It is a first down at the 43. Now Michael Jackson put wide to the right side. Kosar has not looked his way. The swing handled by Hoard. Again, he breaks the tackle. Finally taken out by Smith with help from Lewis.
You better not try to tackle Leroy Hoard up top. Now, when they throw the ball on the outside, here goes Kosar. He's got him one-on-one on the outside. That's Lewis again. And he just runs right through him and picks up 6 or 7 yards on the play.
Leroy Hoard, a player who has really come on strong in recent weeks. Last year had some fumbling problems. Ray Childress headed back to the locker room. Hoard missed a good portion of training camp with a viral infection. Hoard again, this time stopped by Smith and Fuller. Also had a knee injury that set him back. Ray Childress has had a very tough physical game.
Well, he was bent over. Mike Babb kind of fell on him as he was going down, and Childress is going to the locker room. Actually, he's heading towards the Cleveland locker room.
Third down and 4 at midfield. Through the jumping, and here come the flags. Kosar. That was almost picked off. Intended for Langhorne.
False start on number 19, offense. Quarterback, false start. Prior to the snap, no play.
You know, and when you see Bernie look to the bench, Bernie Kosar look to the bench and not complain about it, he knows that he tried to draw him offside. He had Houston in a 3rd and 4, 5-yard penalty, gives him a first down automatically. But here's Kosar. Let's see what he does that's different. He's moving his head, he moves his shoulders, and that's what pulls off the defensive line. That's all. But they must be watching, and Houston is complaining about it. So now you're looking at a 3rd down and 9 situation. Again, that ball was almost picked off.
Each club hit with 5 penalties. Kosar 18 for 23, 155 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, intercepted once. 3rd down and 9. And picks up the first down and some more. Reggie Langhorne. Run out by Bubba McDowell. He went for 17.
Now when you take a look at it, you're playing zone defense, and Langhorne, number 88, watch this as they're playing zone, and actually the corner gets picked off, and that's Dishman gets picked off by the tight end, Scott Galbraith. When that happens, there's no place to go.
First catch of the day for Langhorne. Cleveland first down at the Houston 39. Incomplete, and the crowd and the Browns looking for interference on Darrell Lewis, the rookie from Arizona who was covering Reggie Langhorne.
Boy, when you look at, you just completed one to Langhorne. Now they're trying the same pattern one more time. Langhorne comes in. Actually, you could call offensive pass interference because you cannot push off the defensive back to make that turn.
Second down and 10. Kevin Mack now the lone deep back. Cleveland 14 and Houston 10. A minute 45 to go in the third. Mack on a slant. Pulls his way to the 35. Lamar Lathan making the stop. Well, for the Houston Oilers, what is at stake here today? Houston guaranteed of a playoff berth by virtue of the AFC Central Division title, but still vying for position regarding home field advantage and first-round buys. Home field advantage figures to be very difficult because not only do they have to win the remaining two, that's not the tough part of it, but Buffalo plays Indianapolis and Detroit, and they need Buffalo to lose to the Colts and the Lions, and then Houston would win the tiebreaker based on better conference record. Third down and 5. Kosar incomplete. Pass thrown behind the tight end Galbraith, covered by Lathan. Houston can be assured of the AFC's number 2 seed, which would mean a first-round playoff bye and hosting a second-round game by winning their final 2, no matter what anyone else would do. And now it looks like Bill Belichick will go for it on a 4th down and 5 at the 34.
Well, you really don't have a whole lot to lose. I mean, they've got to win, and here's the situation. If they can, a 3 only gives them a 7-point lead, and you're talking about a field goal of about 52 yards. Well, that's out of the question in this weather. So, even if they turn it over here, Houston only gets the ball at the 35-yard line. The defense is playing well.
10th play of the drive. Kosar incomplete.
No flag. Houston's ball.
Intended for Galbraith, who took the hit from Robertson, and the Oilers take over with 51 seconds remaining in the third. We'll be back in a moment.
Just trying to get a little effect here.
Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. And the Oilers take over on downs at their 35. They're trailing the Browns 14-10. And Moon goes to work with Ernest Gibbons. And a first down. Matthews and Newsom run them out. Gibbons goes for 16. Let's take a look at the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Philadelphia now 10-8 in front of Dallas in the third. A Seattle loss, and their slim hopes are bye-bye in terms of a wild card spot. Green Bay 10-7 over Detroit in the third. New England on a couple of field goals by Charlie Bauman in front of the Jets. If the Jets lose and Miami wins later on today, the Jets are eliminated from a wild card opportunity. First down at midfield. This third quarter is coming to a close. Play action. Moon able to complete. Drew Hill is short of the first down. That's his 6th catch of the day. He was stopped by Randy Hilliard, and that is it for the third quarter. After 3 here in Cleveland, the Browns 14 and the Oilers 10. We'll be back after these words from your local station. 10 lead on Houston. Cleveland Browns have not had success in the fourth quarter, and there have been a number of games. As you can see, they've been outscored 95-41 in the fourth quarter of the season, and they have also blown leads in at least 4 games, including the earlier meeting against Houston. But this is a club that has come a long way back under their rookie head coach, Bill Belichick. Houston, second down and 3 from the 42, and Moon's pass was deflected, broken up.
Michael Dean Perry got up in the air and knocked that ball down. That gives you an idea. And Michael Dean is not the tallest man in the world at the nose tackle, but he got up in the air and knocked the ball down. It's an excellent play, and we're looking at 4-down territory for Houston. Watch Michael Dean. He goes back to the outside. He gets up and just knocks the ball down. Lorenzo White was open for the first down, and that's the biggest concern of Houston right now. Get the first down. Don't worry about scoring right now. Keep this drive alive.
A third and 3 at the Cleveland 42. Tucker down as Moon's pass incomplete, intended for Ernest Givens.
Well, first of all, you have movement in the offensive line, so that play should be run all over again.
Offense, prior to the snap, 5-yard penalty, third down.
73 is David Williams. He'll move. Watch this. There he is right there on the end. He moves. That play is dead. Once the offensive lineman moves, the play's over with, so it's going to be third and long.
David Williams, first-round draft pick back in '89 out of the University of Florida. Williams and Maggs at the tackles. Munchak and Dawson at the guards, and the center is Matthews. It's a third down and 8 at the 47. Hill in motion. And Moon able to complete for the first down to Hayward Jeffries. Covered by Alfred Jackson.
Jeffries, what a great catch he just makes here. And watch where Moon puts the ball. The offensive line does the job. Jeffries, the ball is to the outside. There is just no chance for the defensive man, Jackson, number 41, to get there. Watch where the ball is thrown. Outside, he took his hand with it.
That is a 15-yard advance. Fourth catch for that man, Hayward Jeffries. 93 for the season. First down at the 33. Off the draw, Lorenzo White battles his way to the 30-yard line, met by the middle linebacker, Richard Brown. Picked up 3 on the play. We're set for an update. Let's go to Bob Costas.
Well, in Pittsburgh, those old rivals, the Bengals and the Steelers, going at it. The game is meaningless in terms of the playoffs, but Bubby Brister's having himself a good day. Here's his second touchdown pass to rookie Keith Cash out of Texas. It covered 19 yards, and the Steelers take a 17-10 lead early in the fourth, Marv.
All right, Bob, minute 20 gone by, and the fourth here in Cleveland. And Houston trailing Cleveland 14-10, but on the move, 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 30-yard line. Moon, and it is picked off. It is intercepted by Eric Turner. The pass intended for Drew Hill.
Eric Turner was just sitting back in the middle, reading the eyes of Warren Moon. And as Moon threw the ball, Turner made a jump on the ball. Just a great interception. Here it comes. She's 29 on the right of your screen. He's just watching Moon. He's waiting and waiting and waiting. Turner makes the catch. Just no question about that. Here it comes here. Drew Hill is the man he's throwing the ball to, but Turner never sees Turner. He sees the defensive man fall down, who is Hilliard. Throws the ball. Intercepted. Beautiful play.
The Browns take over at their 22-yard line. For the rookie from UCLA, Eric Turner, it is his second interception of the season. Kevin Mack refusing to go down.
Poor tackling. Weather can't be too bad. We've got helicopters flying around out here. That was just a super run by Mack. Left-hand side of the screen. The fake's going to his left, comes back to his right. And look at the poor tackling. Put your head down, diving. Bo Orlando, 26. Well, you got to hit these guys. Wrap your arms around them and hit them low.
Mack running for 15, 14 carries, 70 yards for Kevin Mack, and a first down at the 37. Kosar goes sideline and has Reggie Langhorne, but a very short pickup. Darrell Lewis made the stop. 12 and a half remaining. In this fourth quarter, we scan the Dr. Pepper 10-minute ticker. Atlanta leads Seattle. Incidentally, as we mentioned earlier, if Seattle loses, that is bad news for the Cleveland Browns. They need Seattle to remain alive in terms of a wild card position. If Seattle loses, it eliminates Cleveland.
The old 8-8 theory.
Yes.
We'll get to that in an hour from now. No, I'll get to it tonight.
Well, it takes the Browns out of a possible tiebreaker situation, which would be positive. Good hit by Lathan on Hoard. They need 4 teams going 8-8, which means the Browns have to win their final 2. Miami has to lose its last 2. The Jets have to lose to New England and then beat Miami, and Seattle must win its final 2 games today against Atlanta and the LA Reds. That way all 4 clubs would finish at 8-8, and the Browns would end up going to the wild card because of a better conference record than the Jets and the Seahawks. Kosar completing at midfield. Langhorn stopped by Johnson. And Reggie Langhorn with his 3rd reception.
We're just seeing Kosar get the ball where he has to get it in a hurry. Here comes Langhorn across the field. He get caught back on the inside. Robertson, number 31, as he gets caught to the inside, he lets Langhorn go by, and once he goes by, Kosar got the ball in. He's throwing the ball very well.
It has been a terrific day for Bernie Kosar. He's 22 for 30, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, intercepted once, so he's turned it from the difficult game against Denver, where he did not have much help from the offensive line last week. Kevin Mack for a couple, driven back. Sean Jones with the tackle. Reminder, next Sunday, the final regular season Sunday in the NFL. It all gets started right here on NBC with NFL Live, 12:30 Eastern Time, and a lineup that includes games that will have playoff implications. Jets, Miami, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, New England, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, and then the 4 o'clock games. Kansas City playing at the LA Raiders and Denver at San Diego. 9:45 to go in the 4th here at Cleveland Stadium. Browns 14 and the Oilers 10. Kosar able to step up, throws the long ball. Brian Brennan, the intended receiver, covered by Bo Orlando.
You know, this is one of those the plays where Brennan goes down the middle and Kosar just overshoots him. Look at this. Brian Brennan is wide open. Nobody near him.
Brian Brennan did catch a touchdown pass, a short-range toss, an 8-yarder, back in the 2nd quarter.
His shoulder's coming back after his x-rays. He's got his shoulder pads in his hand. That is not a good sign for Houston. But he is heading back to the bench.
It is a 3rd and 9 out at midfield. Big rush. Kosar taken down at the 44. Lee Williams comes up with his 3rd sack of the season, 3rd of the day for the Oilers. Lee Williams back from a broken arm injury. He's back after missing 6 weeks of action.
The guy that makes the play is Bubba McDowell, number 25. He's the guy. They sent too many people. They had no one to block him. Bubba McDowell gets there. Lee Williams gets as a recipient of the sack.
And Brian Hansen will punt from his 30. Pat Coleman is back. Good punt. It is muffed and then recovered. And Coleman is just thrown back the other way. Somehow able to stay on his feet. Clay Matthews made the stop. Pat Coleman wrapped around pretty good and very fortunate to hold on. Welcome back to Cleveland. Marv Albert with a chilly Paul McGuire. You all right, Paul?
I'm doing fine. I'm really having a good time. This is a hard-hitting game. You know, first half we had some offensive scoring. Nothing in the second half. The defenses have taken over this football game. And if you like defense, you got to love this game.
And Houston has taken over at their 19 with 9:02 remaining. In the 4th quarter, they're down by 4 points. Moon's pass could not be held by Lorenzo White. It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the 19.
Now we see Moon working out of the shotgun. Lorenzo White goes to the outside. And look at this pass. It just almost looked like it died. It never got to him. You can't run till you catch the ball, Lorenzo.
Incidentally, Warren Moon is completions away from the NFL record most completions in a single season. Dan Marino with 378 back in 1986. Warren Moon about to wipe that out. They get one completion away, but that is a short pickup. Good coverage by Alfred Jackson on Hayward Jeffries.
Hayward Jeffries, there's another guy closing in on 100 catches. It'd be nice to do. Very select company there.
And that's the 5th catch of the day by Jeffries. Houston has been an excellent fourth-quarter team, and as we illustrated earlier, the Browns have not. It's a 3rd down and 5 at the 24. Cleveland 14 and Houston 10. They are short of a sellout here in Cleveland, but they have been loud throughout the day. And a 1st down is picked up. Good spin move by Jeffries following the catch.
Well, there's the record in it for Moon. Tied.
He has now tied Dan Marino, 378 completions for Warren Moon. And we'd like to welcome those who have been watching Seattle at Atlanta, 4th quarter. Atlanta leads Seattle by the score of 26-6. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire from Cleveland. 7.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. The Browns 14 and the Houston Oilers 10. And Houston 1st and 10 from the 33. Lorenzo White is stopped back behind the line by James Jones. James Jones, a rookie out of Northern Iowa. Cleveland Browns with a very young front line. Rob Burnett, 2nd-year player from Syracuse. Jones, the rookie from Northern Iowa. Pio Sungapulatelli, the rookie from San Diego State. Anthony Pleasant in there, time to time, 2nd-year man from Tennessee State.
Pio Sungapulatelli. What a tough name to say with cold lips, isn't it?
2nd down and 9 at the 34. And it's White on an inside handoff. He's able to break tackles. Beautiful run by Lorenzo White. Alfred Jackson made the stop.
Well, Alfred Jackson makes the stop, but by the time Lorenzo White gets to him, he runs over Alfred Jackson's head. Here he comes back to his left. Just a super run. Braggs is running blind. Watch this hit. Bam! He runs over Jackson, falls down. But they're inside the 50-yard line, back down almost to the 46-yard line. They're on a drive. They're just coming inside of 6 minutes. Touchdown puts them ahead by 3.
And from time to time, we've seen the Oilers out of the run and shoot go with the counter. This for 18 yards. Lorenzo White setting the 1st and 10 at the 46. Moon able to complete. Drew Hill on the catch, and now Warren Moon with his 379th completion this season. That is an NFL record, but Drew Hill is hurt. So Hill is down. We'll take a break. Back after this.
It's brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call Domino's Pizza right now, and you'll be enjoying a hot, delicious pizza when the game is over.
Drew Hill shaken up, although he appears to be all right, but he's been replaced by Leonard Harris. Houston 2nd and 7 at the Cleveland 43. Jeffries had it knocked away, and a penalty flag is down. He was covered by Alfred Jackson, and the interference coming up against Jackson.
You know why this is called? Because Jackson, as he goes up with Jeffries, he makes body contact on the way up.
Number 41.
Jackson is not complaining about it. Now watch number 41 on Jeffries. Here it goes here. See the body contact? Well, when you hit him with your body first, the official is standing there, and he actually grabs his face mask too, but That's incidental. But you can't make that body contact on the way up, and that's what happened. Now, does Jeffries get credit for that catch? No.
Okay. Not in this league.
I just check it. Try to help get to 100.
In the CBA, he just said. It's a first down at the 33. Cleveland 14 and Houston 10. Here's Gibbons on the end around. So Gibbons taking a handoff. Matthews making the stop.
You think Cleveland's not tough? Newsom on that play, number 22, actually hits his own man Jackson and knocks him down. Drew Hill's all right. He can get back in the game. He just got popped a little bit.
Yes, the Fab Four certainly been taking their shots in recent weeks. Ernest Gibbons wearing that plexiglass visor protecting the broken nose. Hill has been hit hard, as has Jeffries and Duncan. It's a 2nd and 5. At the 28, back to the ground. Here's White. And a flag is tossed. White gunning for that first down marker. This one against Houston.
Jerry Markbright is behind the play, and he is the referee who calls the penalty. From behind the play, he saw the holding in the offensive line.
Holding number 63, offense.
Mike Monchuk.
10-yard penalty.
But that was called by Jerry Markbright. He's the guy that throws the flag. Talk about a penalty that hurts. There's Monchuk right there, number 63. And there's the hold. He is holding Michael Dean Perry, number 92.
It is set back to a 2nd and 15 at the 38. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Gibbons has a first down and some more. Ernest Gibbons scampering out of bounds. Covered by Alfred Jackson. So Gibbons going for 20. That is 3rd catch of the day.
And look at, when you see Gibbons, he's the man in the slot, and they're playing zone defense. And when he runs underneath, number 22, Vince Newsom, never gets there. He actually gets picked off on the play. Another first down. They're inside the 20-yard line. Again, Houston field goal, no good.
And it's a first down at the 18. There you see the distribution. Hill, 7 catches. Jeffries with 6. Jeffries now has 95 for the season. Moon is 24 for 37. 239 yards. And Moon able to complete once again down inside the 10. Drew Hill on the reception, covered by the free safety Vince Newsom. Next Saturday, the Houston Oilers will take on the Giants at the New Jersey Meadowlands. So another test, perhaps another cold day for the Houston Oilers. That'll be next Saturday, starting with NFL Live at 12 noon Eastern Time. 2nd down and 1. The ball is at the 9. Back on the 17th of November, Houston came from behind to beat Cleveland and Houston in a tough ball game. Well, another tough one here this afternoon. Cleveland 14 and Houston 10. Here's White. It's the first down. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Oilers.
See, here's the situation with Houston now. Now, they ran that play there. The ball is on the what? Just at the 6-yard line. Give them almost to the 5. 3:45 and counting in the game. Here's where tight end would be helpful in this offense, Marv. You want to be able to run the ball as much as you can, get at least down to the 2-minute warning, and try to score on the ground. You've got 4 downs to do it in. But they may have to end up throwing the football, which they don't want to do.
And Lorenzo White has run well. Taking over here in the second half for Alan Pinkett. Here's White, tripped up.
See Warren Moon's hands. Please get in. Please get in. But, you know, they are doing the right thing. They're running right at the Browns. Don't try to string it out. If you try to string it out, you don't have the people to do that. You have to run in. You've got some all-pros over there. Now watch where they run. Matthews is there blocking. Monchak is there blocking. So you're looking at two all-pros sitting there. That's where you want to run the football. Run as much time off the clock. Now you're inside 240.
There's a second and goal down at the 2. Moon throws. Incomplete. Intended for Hill. Covered by Brad.
Well, that's another one of those babies when Moon throws that thing down through that slot. All you got to do is hang on to it. May carry you out of bounds and out of the end zone. But, you know, you're in a situation where it was second down and 2. Now, watch him fire this ball. I mean, that thing is zipping. There's just no chance for Hill to catch it. It's going, first of all, his hands are cold. It's very cold down on that field. Now you're in a third down and 2 situation. Again, you have to score a touchdown.
It's a drive that began with 9 minutes remaining. It started at the Houston 19. Moon throws. And let's see, was he Jeffries? Yes, he was. Touchdown, Hayward Jeffries. He did it in front of Alfred Jackson. He was in the end zone, pushed out. But the official with the indication, and the Houston Oilers have come from behind, and they now lead by the score of 16-14.
And this play takes a long time to develop because watch how long Jeffries is out here. He's out working. Now he drifts to the outside, takes Jackson out, comes down along the line of scrimmage. The ball is in the end zone. There's no question about it being touchdown. But Moon had to wait for Jeffries to make that move to the outside and then the move back to the inside. Perfect. It's in review, but you can't overturn it from that angle because the ball is in the end zone. Jeffries knows he has touchdown, and that gives him 96. Here it is. Watch how long this play takes. Moon runs to his right. Okay, then he comes back and he throws left. Jeffries has made the move to the outside. He's got one-on-one coverage with Jackson, but the ball was in his left hand. Look at it again. The ball is in his left hand. His left hand is over the end line. There is the touchdown. All it has to do is break the plane. He's pulled back into the playing field. It's touchdown.
7th touchdown catch of the season for Hayward Jeffries. Second thrown today by Warren Mooney. Now has 22 for the season.
After further review, the play stands. Touchdown.
That caps off the long drive. 13 plays, 81 yards. They used 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And the important try for the extra point by Al Del Greco.
Don't count the Browns out with Kosar. He's having an excellent day.
Cleveland 17, Houston 17, and Cleveland 14 with 2:19 left in the fourth. Houston has come from behind, and they now lead Cleveland by the score of 17-14 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Lynn James and Lattenberry now are the deep men as Al Del Greco gets set to kick it off. And it is muffed by James out to the 15 and hit out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Scott Kosar in on a number of special teams tackles.
Oh, Marv, this is beautiful. Watch this. This guy here is Bruce Matthews, the center. This guy out here is Clay Matthews, his brother. And watch what happens. He'll come out. Bruce Matthews is the guy that makes this play work for Warren Moon. When I told you about how long it took to set it up, watch the center. He comes out. He blocks his brother. Bruce on Clay. They get the touchdown.
And now Bernie Kosar, who has had a good day, 22 for 31, needs a long drive as he starts out from the 18 and is able. Let's see. Yes, it is a completed pass to Brian Brennan. Covered by Latham and Smith. It is short of the first down, and we are now down to 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. 14.
And a little surprised, too, because I thought Kosar might have been able to call a timeout to get another play in before the 2 minutes. But he didn't. Here they are.
Both clubs have 3 timeouts remaining. The dump off to Hoard. Trying to get out of bounds. has the first down. Stopped by Richard Johnson.
See, here's a play, Marv, where I would take a timeout. The reason being, you run the ball, you pick up about 10 to 12 yards. It takes so much time to get the teams back in the huddle. You have 3 timeouts. Go ahead and use one there. Look at what's happened. You're down to like a minute and 30 now. You've already lost 20 seconds on this play. It's not worth it.
And a first down from the 40. And Brennan gets out of bounds. Has a first down, run out by McDowell.
Heads-up play by Brian Brennan. He gets the ball. He got as much out of the play as you could possibly get, and that's all he's asked to do. Bernie goes back. He sees Brennan coming underneath. He pops him with the ball. Now watch. This is all he can get. Don't get greedy. You got your first down. You're in their territory. Overtime.
Well, the Cleveland Browns are on the brink of elimination from the playoff picture. The Jets beaten by New England. If Miami wins, it's over for the Jets. The loss by Seattle ends playoff hopes for Seattle and Cleveland. Here's Hoard. Oh. And he makes his way out of bounds.
What a great block by Jackson. Michael Jackson on Bubba McDowell. I mean, he just leveled him. Michael Jackson comes back and makes a super play. On the right of your screen, watch what happens after Hoard catches the ball. Bing, he's coming out. See 25? Goodbye, 25. Here it is. Hello. Nice and high. Beautiful block. Either guy gets hurt.
And it's 12. Remaining in the fourth. Cleveland down by 3. Houston showing blitz. And Kosar has it batted back. William Fuller, who has had a sensational day with a couple of sacks, and now a pass rejection getting a
Hit him
piece
right
of
in
it.
the chest.
Now look at the Dr. Pepper 10-minute ticker. Dallas moving in front of Philadelphia. As we mentioned earlier, the winner there can clinch a wild card with a victory next week. Seattle about to be beaten by Atlanta. Detroit in front of Green Bay. Jets lose to New England in a field goal festival. So if Miami beats San Diego, Jets are out of it. Here's a draw play. Leroy Hoard has a first down, getting inside the 35-yard line. And timeout has been taken by Cleveland. A minute 2 remaining in the fourth quarter. Houston by 3. We'll be right back. Well, Cleveland with 2 timeouts remaining. Houston has its 3. The snow is now falling heavily here at Cleveland Stadium. They were some 20,000 plus short of a sellout, but this crowd has been heard right throughout. The Browns on the brink of elimination from the playoffs, but no matter what, it's been a terrific turnaround season for this franchise, and they'd love to pull this one out. Kosar completes to Hoard, and Hoard gets to the 32-yard line, stopped by Lamar Latham. From the Houston point of view, they are still vying for home field advantage, also for number 2 seed in the playoffs. Home field advantage will be predicated on what happens tonight between Buffalo and Indianapolis. Down to 35 seconds remaining as Kosar takes a long look and is able to throw it down, and we got a flag on the play. Will that be illegal grounding? Let's see.
It's intentional grounding, and the thing about it is, was he tackled? I guess in the grass doesn't make any sense anymore. But Kosar, when he throws, Hoard is the only guy back there with him. He doesn't get out. Watch it. Here it is. He throws it, and the only guy around is on his left. Over here is an offensive lineman. Watch this. There are no offensive backs in